cultivate that sense of wealth, that sense of abundance in you, the more you can feel that sense of joy, the more easy it's going to be for you to do financially. Because you're not going to be in this scarce, fearful mode. Now, that's not enough by itself. You can have this great sense of abundance and do the wrong mechanics and be a disaster. True or false? But if I had to have an area to get you started with, you want to have the emotion and psychological strength, because that's going to carry you through when the mechanics are boring or frustrating, or when things aren't working out. Your emotion, your psychology is what will carry you. It'll get you to keep doing it. From that place, what does it take mechanically to get this thing called financial independence? And what is financial independence as opposed to wealth? Wealth is a product of the mind. Financial independence means you never have to work again in order to live your life. That when you do work, you're doing it because you really want to, not because you have to. And how many are committed to not only being wealthy, but also financially independent? Say aye. How do we get there? Let me give you the lesson how to get there. It is so simple that when I tell you, you're going to go, well, thank you for the breakthrough thought. But even though you may know this intellectually, whether you're sophisticated or not, you probably know this. Focusing on this is the difference. Can you be a person who is honest in your values and not be honest in the moment? Yes or no? Can you be a loving person but not be loving in this moment? Yes or no? Why? Because whatever you focus on, where focus goes, energy flows. So I don't care how sophisticated you are or unsophisticated. If you put focus in what we're going to put in front of you right now, even if you knew it before, you may know it cognitively, but you haven't linked enough emotion to be doing it consistently. Or if you are and you're here, you obviously want to do it more and better. And what we're talking about right now is financial wealth, not just wealth as it sense, as an emotion, as a sense. If you want to be financially independent, the formula for financial independence is so simple. And you can't achieve financial abundance unless you really learn to apply this, not just in a concept in your head, but consistently in your life. And that formula is simple. Spend less than you what? You go, thank you for the breakthrough thought, Tony. But is this what most people do, yes or no? No. What do most people spend? More than they earn. There's no way around this. No matter how much money you have, if you spend more than you earn, you got a challenge. So there's no way to be financially free, financially independent without spending less than you earn. And what do you got to do with what you don't spend? You got to invest the difference. Because what I want to show you right now is how do you build what everybody should own. Every one of you should leave here with your own personal money machine. You want to create a money machine. A machine that while you're sleeping is making you money. Right? So you're no longer trading the most valuable resource you have in life, your time, for money. You want to trade money for money. You want money to go to work. You want to put that money to work for you so while you're sleeping it's making a difference. You want to create a machine. And that machine you want to create is something that you want to be able to feed you at some stage where you don't have to work. That's what the money machine is. And so how do you do that? First step, spend less than you earn and invest the difference. Now question, how many of you currently are spending more than you earn? Be honest, raise your hand. How many are spending less than you earn? Raise your hand. Fantastic. Now, if you spend less than you earn, but you don't invest it, you're not going to get much value. Now, most of you say, well, I do invest a portion of that. So I might spend more, I do some new spending, but I do invest a portion of it. The second secret to this is you got to reinvest. How many of you have ever made a big hit in your investments and went, oh my God, that's so cool, and took the money and spent it on something? Raise your hand, say aye. Come on, say aye. I know you all, anybody's invested has done this. If you got a big hit, you go, oh, this is it. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to make sure a significant amount of that, you reinvest your returns so you get compounded what? Compounded growth is the most basic principle in the world. We all know it intellectually. But are you emotionally associated enough that you're really utilizing it to its maximum capability? If you don't, you're not going to get financially free. You will never get financially independent by your earnings alone. Let me tell you something. There's 3 or 4 areas of your life you don't want to go to an expert. You don't want an expert to make the decision. An expert can coach you. But you better make the decision. One is how you raise your kids. I mean, if you're going to screw up, you should be the screw up, not somebody else in this area. Because at least if you screw up, you know you gave your all. And if you screw up, you'll learn from your screw up and you can still make a difference. But letting someone else tell you how to raise your children is insane, to think that they know more than you do with your own child, with the soul that you brought into this world. They can coach you, you can learn from them, but you got to make those decisions. What's another area like that? Your physical health. If you don't learn this area because you think it's too complex, I'm going to give this decision to somebody else, that somebody else may be totally sincere and sincerely wrong. I'm not lecturing you what to do. I'm just saying whatever you're going to do, inform yourself. and make the decision. Because someone else making that decision, the consequences are too great for your children, for your health. And I'll tell you another area really important, your psychology. Having someone else give you a label, tell you what to do, same thing with, you're going to